just
can you
tell me a little bit more about what you offer with Wire specifically, and some of the suspension
with after school?
Mm-hmm, with after school.
So why be an after school program? We try to get some contracted tutors in to help in any classes that they might need some help in. We have a lot of kids coming in with the summer, over the summer doing their senior projects too. Sometimes it can be kind of tough because you have kids from freshman year to senior year in all kinds of different classes, in all kinds of different places in those classes, to find the right tutors for them, especially when they're all walking down the year and they're mostly level 1s and level 2s anyway. But it usually works out pretty well. So we try to break them out. We get some snack when they first get here, break them out to smaller groups if possible, to focus on that subject area they're trying to get some tutoring on. And they try to mix in some different enrichment courses. Sometimes they have Judge Blackmore come down and do a group with some kids. I think another judge comes down and does a boys group. They go to Serpentarium, kind of expose them to some different things. They also go to the park, play some basketball, things like that. So try to mix it up and keep the social element to it, but also try to help them get caught up. It's kind of tough because until you form a really solid relationship with all the teachers, you don't know exactly how far behind they are because you have to rely on them. And then when I was on campus, it's just me. We have 90 or 100 kids in our caseload. To keep track of everybody, it kind of gets tough. It would be a lot easier with a lot better communication with the teachers in the school. But we try to service them as best as we can with the tutoring.
Now, how can we as teachers help you in this one?
If you know you have 4 of the kids that we share in your classes, and you know they're messing up on some stuff, they haven't showed up for the past 5 days, if you can tell us, other than us going through all 110 kids and trying to see when they've been skipping every day, because it just becomes a little overwhelming, especially when we can't, on NC-wise, you can create a list, and I don't know how to do that. They haven't shown me how to do that yet over a year. So instead of having a list of all of our kids, I can just print out a bunch of paper. When they're so broken down like that, it'd be a lot easier. Just a heads up, a fax, an email, something like that, once a week or something. So-and-so hasn't done the work for the past 2 weeks. All right, we can find down on it. As best we can, at least we can have that. Let the kids know that we're not pulling the wool over our eyes. And just tell us what they're struggling with, because they come in, they're like, no, I've got it, and they get a D in the class. No, you don't. We just did a survey, or they just did a survey with after school kids, and asked them how many of them were, I forget how it's phrased, how many of them basically were proud of their grades, and it said 91%. No, we want them to raise that bar, because it's so low for them right now. And they don't push or anything. We want to raise that bar, but we can't do it just us. It's got to be a team.
Do you involve their parents in any way?
Try to, yeah. It was harder for me, the kids who I picked up at school, because I didn't see them as regularly. And it's hard to go and meet every single teacher during the school day and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what we want to try. They do a good job because they've had Wire going for a few years now. And trying to get parents involved. Of course, with a lot of these kids, there's not very much parent involvement. But some of them do at least make that solid effort. And we'll have them come here sometimes. They got together at Hanover. So I think it was towards the end of the first semester. And trying to get parents in there. I would like to push more work done with the parents. Not even just to bring them into schools with their kids, but just working more with them and those healthy relationships with them. Because so many of these kids, they learn the manipulation from the parents, and so much of their behavior we can't deal with until we fix the parents, or at least get them to help fix themselves. So I would like to greatly expand what we do.
And bring maybe the teachers on board to come down here to talk with the parents and get to all share and say, you know, as a teacher, here's what you can do to help your child.
Yeah, and a few years ago there was Herbert Harris trying to do some parent classes in
That's
like
great.
Rankin Terrace, Creek, a place like that. And the main thrust of it was solid, which was just teach them how to handle their finances, how to talk to people in schools first. But it was so hard to get buy-in from parents in the communities. You only had 5 or 6 show up at a time. You go to an interest meeting, you might get 60 people, but only 5 or 6 will show up. But I would like to see something like that implemented. And even if you got 5 or 6, just roll it in that community instead of bouncing around, which I know you want to do as many people as possible. If you can get that foothold in, say, Rankin Terrace, you get 5 or 6. Next time you get 5 or 6, 5 or 6. Eventually you'll have 40 or 50 in that one community.
Right.
And teach them not just how to balance their checkbook, but also, how to deal with teachers and understand what's going on with the report card, because those things can be confusing.
Yes. Okay.
Trying to teach their kids how to deal. I would love to get some police involved. You just gotta get the right one, because some of them come into personality, but they're, in the military, come in with a little softer personality and just kind of break down some of those barriers, which I'm sure Chief Evangelist would be, glad to take part in. We just gotta figure out how to organize that kind of stuff. But until you get those kind of things with the gang involvement with Hanover and us over on the north side, until you address the control, which is the parents. 12-year-olds are downtown at 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hey, oh, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you in a second. Do you know where Robin is today?
Yeah, she went to Choices to print some stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, see me when you go.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, until we address the parents, then the gang issue is just going to go crazy. See way too many 12, 13-year-olds out at 3 o'clock in the morning throwing rocks at police. And all those kids come right here.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some ways you measure your success with the youth?
We keep track of, we have this program called system, CISD. So we're communities and schools, and that's CIS data management.
Okay.
And I think every CIS in the nation uses it, pretty sure. So our state office goes through and helps us set this stuff up. But we plug in demographic information on our kids and specific goals for each one. So some of them might be raising their grades or improving their attitude towards school, things like that. And we go through and periodically keep track of that depending on what the goal is. So if it's grades, we really try to look at grades and try to get them to improve their grades. And we keep track, either they're improving, not improving, or kind of staying the same. Then we also keep notes, basically little case notes on there too. So you do notes, like if I see a kid, once every 2 weeks, then I'll put those notes in there. And then at the end of the semester, I kind of roll them together.
So do you have a problem with attendance too, the consistency of the music program?
For after school, yeah, because it's not mandatory.
Right.
You get a core group who comes really often. Then you got the fringe people who kind of dip in and out. A number of kids who got into a lot of trouble this year were ones who had been core and have kind of been pulled out with lack of control and got arrested, things like that. So you get some who you can kind of keep a loose hold on, and some of them you just kind of spin off. We try to keep track of them through system as much as possible.
Now, do you have one person specifically you work with at New Hanover? You're kind of like Mr. Furr, the principal, or you just kind of work with all the individual teachers? Would it help to have like a central contact person?
Here's the problem as I see it. Baby Fast worked out a really good relationship with Jen Wall.
So smart.